All right, hello and welcome to our post-match reaction for Southampton 1, Chelsea 1. I'm quite happy with that. I know I said 2-1 in my prediction, but for us to effectively come through a game against Chelsea, get a point after the run we've been on, and have no apparent injuries, I'm pretty happy with that. How about you, Jake? You feeling pretty happy with that?
Yeah, man. Got to the end of the day, and I'm not upset. I'm gonna have a weekend now where I'm just not, living in pity for the team. So, yeah, we said before the game, and we said on a lot of the previews this week that a draw would be really, really good for us, just to stop the run of form and get a bit level. And against a top six side that are five wins, it was a really good performance for us there. And defensively, we were so good. It was. We were unlucky for them to get the penalty. You take away the penalty, we've won the match, and then they didn't really trouble us too much outside. They didn't trouble us outside of that. So just a good defensive display, and great to see us play a different formation. Go to a B tactic. And still look really good. Just need to sort out the goals.
It does. I mean, it's kind of strange to think that we've actually, conceded 3 points by, Danny Ings giving away a penalty. But we'll get onto that. Matt, do you think it's like we've seen a plan B from Hasenhüttl? Is this what we've seen today?
Yeah, I was really surprised that. You look at the players he had available, and he did make a little bit of a mention in the press conference that he may. He wants to get the best 11 players he has on the pitch, and I think the formation he chose today was probably the only way to do that. I wasn't necessarily expecting it, but I definitely think that this is some sort of a change in a plan B, and I think that's good for us going forward. I don't necessarily want to see us play five back all the time, but I think it was probably the right choice today, and at least until we get Kyle Walker-Peters back, and it was. I think this is the right choice, and also it is nice to just end that run of losses. It feels pretty good.
It is, and I was actually spending time adjusting the title of this video to "We Stop the Rot." Because, it just feels like for us to lose that many games on the bounce and not pick up anything at all, it just to do that against Chelsea. I mean, it's kind of like it's very bad setup. I mean, they were winning 5 on the bounce. I think they're sort of on their record away win streak. But I have to say, I think that was a very good Chelsea side we played today. I think the only criticism they may have is the chances that they could have created, but they were exploiting areas. But as I said in the previous shows, I wasn't particularly worried about Timo Werner. I was worried about the likes of Mason Mount and what do you know, Danny Ings fouls him in the box and we give away a penalty. But without that, we win that game 1-0.
Yep. It's a different story. You take that away, and it's just a good place to be. After the weekend. Okay, hopefully this is the start of a little turnaround that we have now. I mean, gives us great stead going against Leeds on Tuesday. That's going to be a tough game because they love attacking. But if you put that team out, and they defend like they have today, Leeds won't be able to get through it. Like it was so good today. The fact that Salisu got man of the match in his first Premier League debut, being a proper home debut, just speaks volumes of how good we were at the back today. Yeah. And Minamino speaks volumes about how much better the front could be.
Yeah. And you've also got to give shout out to Nathan Redmond for seeing that pass.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they were talking about the goal actually at half time and how the fact that the Chelsea defenders were distracted by the run of Danny Ings, which left the door open for Minamino to break inside, which must have been a plan a game plan set out by Ralph that he knew that was going to happen. So no, it's great to see. So plenty of players that had a stonking game today. I mean, I would say I'm seeing lots of mentions for Djenepo, Salisu, and one here that says Ings not good enough today. Any other standout players for you, Matt?
No, I think kind of on the other show, I was saying that if you look at that 11 and then the expectations that I have for each of those players, Djenepo was the one that far outperformed that today. He struggled. I thought, well, I don't say he struggled. Marcus Alonso had a lot of space down our right side in the first half, and that was what I was worried about. But Djenepo did his job. He played well. He put tackles, and he got clattered a couple of times, and he just kind of hung in there and did everything. So I'm glad, totally happy for Salisu to take man of the match, but I definitely think that Djenepo deserves a lot of credit for the job he did. That said, nothing scares me more than Musa Djenepo wingback like that. That freaks me out, and I'll just keep saying it because it's something that does worry me going forward. But I'm not sure what the best answer is there, I guess.
Yeah, and a friend of yours making a comment there. He's 3'5", Djenepo. I think he's a little bit taller than 3'5", maybe. But
yeah.
Oh, I think he's saying I'm 3'5". I know, Colt. That's great.
But you're absolutely right. I mean, Djenepo playing out of position. Having looked at the setup of because we saw the graphics and it sort of showed Djenepo out on the left side and Salisu playing right back. I was like, that can't be right. And then as it came to play, it was what we originally thought. But looking at that, I was thinking like definitely going to get a yellow card in that position because he's one to lose the ball and stick a leg in. But if anything, he did a fantastic job, and arguably should have had a couple of players sent off against us.
Yeah.
I wonder how people will look at those decisions again. Ralph's speaking now, so I'll listen to this later on. So I wonder if he matches that. But it was such a good performance today. Yeah, but you're right. Djenepo was so good today. Did you even notice that Bertrand was playing? I've just realised I've gone full 90 minutes. I was like, was Bertrand playing today? Never saw him on. Never really noticed that side of the pitch today. So kind of speaks volumes that we can look at Djenepo's performance and say how good that was, and not even have to mention Bertrand. A classic Bertrand performance where you don't have to notice him because he's just doing his job.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's kind of amazing to think. I mean, I thought Vestergaard and Bednarek were obviously doing their thing, but the player that stood out for me in that back three was Salisu. Fantastic. His speed. He was getting second balls all over the place, and just sort of mopping up anything that was not being picked up. So, but I have to say, in the first 30 minutes of the game, I was thinking, it's just a matter of time, and then we go and get that goal, and it didn't really change the momentum too much, but it just showed you that all you got to do is have a bit of patience and get them on the counter attack and do your thing. So do you think Ralph's going to do something similar for Tuesday night against Leeds?
Well, I think with this we matched Chelsea's formation kind of, at least with the back three, and I think Leeds tend to do that as well sometimes, and so I think it could work out for us that way. I think the Leeds game will be exciting. I think both teams are just going to go for it, and that's going to be something. It's going to be fun to watch. But I imagine we probably should see about the same formation midweek. I don't imagine too many changes.
No.
But I think that's probably the way going forward, at least until Kyle Walker-Peters comes back, and then we have decisions to make.
Yeah. We can move back to a more familiar kind of setup. But I watched a little bit of the Leeds game against Wolves last night, and they play some risky football at the back. I mean, they play quite similar to us when we've got plenty of confidence in us. So I think it might be one for the neutral on Tuesday night, hopefully in the favour of the Southampton fans. But we shall see. Just going through some of these other comments here.
Although I do wonder I think we're competing with the Champions League, so maybe, or no, we're on earlier than that, I think. So never mind. I take that back.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock kickoff, which for you is like 10 a.m. or something like that.
10 a.m.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. That's still 6 o'clock is still pretty early for us. I'm still going to have to set some alarms.
But we also had our chances later on in the game. I mean, they're just showing a replay of the Vestergaard header there. Hit the crossbar. There was arguably another chance. When Teller broke into the box and we ended up getting a corner in like the 93rd minute or something like that. So it's not like we just parked the bus. I mean, I think we did a Southampton version of parking the bus, but it was still playing attractive football and doing what we do. There was a bit more of a hoof up the pitch kind of mentality, but that's probably down to the opposition we were playing.
Yeah, well, we definitely did create a large number of chances, and I think I tend to think we needed to stop the losing streak. We needed to change the momentum a little bit, and I think if we were to do this for 12 weeks in a row, people might get tired of it because we're not going to come up against Chelsea every week, But we didn't do this against Burnley or against some of these other teams or West Brom or anything like that. We did it against Chelsea where it kind of made sense, and I think this is good because it's one of the first times we've ever seen Ralph make that change. He's stuck so rigidly to that system, which I appreciate because it's been exciting and it's been a welcome change from the past three managers. But there has to be a tactical adjustment at some point when you realize like, hey, this isn't working. And so I think it's good. And maybe in a couple of weeks we'll go back to the 4-2-2-2 and hopefully create a few more chances. But we weren't creating chances over the last 5 or 6 weeks either. The chances haven't been great. So hopefully we get back to it, and start to I don't want to see us create two shots over 90 minutes for 12 weeks in a row, but I'll take it this week, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a great question here in the chat here. Minamino or Walcott, who would you like the club to secure in the summer?
Minamino.
Personally, I think it'd be pretty ambitious to secure, either of them, considering the wages that they're on. But
well, Theo knows he's going to need to take a pay cut if he's going to stay in the Premier League. That's just a fact.
I think Theo's more likely.
That just no. How I'm a big fan of Minamino. As soon as we announced it, I was like, this is exciting. If we somehow manage to keep him, that'd be crazy. Look, you're right. I don't think we will. Hopefully, he's here for the year. Maybe on loan next year. Who knows what's going on at Liverpool? Liverpool it's confusing to what they're going to do, but they do need to sort of rebuild a little bit and add to the squad. And if Minamino's not a part of it, maybe we can get a good deal out of it.
Yep.
I mean, I just think he's a wicked player. So out of the two of them, I'd rather keep Minamino. Yeah. Because he's not injured all the time.
Yeah.
That we know of.
You got some love here on the chat here, Matt.
Oh. Hi, Kevin.
We'll be going live later today with on the Southampton Delivery podcast. I'll be joining Matt later on for that. So that one's not live though, isn't it? You can edit all the false information I give out on that.
This is where I make a fool of myself by saying things that aren't true, and then everybody hears it. But that's okay.
I have to say, for the early hours of the morning, you're doing incredibly well. I don't know what was in that first coffee you had, but you're arguably more alert than either me and Jack. We've just got a point against Chelsea at home, It's and we're still looking fast asleep, yeah.
The sun's almost out, so I'm almost. It's going to be nice.
Well, we're in England, so the sun's never out here. So
that's true. That's true. I actually hate that. It doesn't rain here. It's not going to be great because everything's always brown, but it's all right. But no, I was pretty happy with the performance today, and I think that I don't know. I think we just have to be satisfied with the point and give Ralph some credit, give all the players some credit, and hopefully, I don't know. I think going into Leeds, I do think actually that the full week of preparation probably helped a lot. It allowed them to work on the back three. It allowed them to work the new system, and we got a double game week this week. And then I think we're going to have one not next week, but the week after as well. And that Tottenham game still hasn't been rescheduled. So we could still, I thought we were kind of through that run through the middle of February where this Leeds game would be the last time we'd have to worry about it because we haven't been great through that. When we don't have time to prepare, when it seems like we run out of gas around 60 or 70 minutes and then we start to concede and then, the injuries were mounting up. So I was hoping we were done with this round, but we're obviously not. And it's just kind of the way that the schedule falls this year in terms of having to get all the games in on a short timeline, and then just the pressing style really does wear on the players, especially when you're not winning. When you do all that running and pressing, and then you drop points and lose all 3 points, that has to mentally wear on you and makes the legs feel heavier. So hopefully, this little shift to a slightly different system and we're being kind of more selective when we press, hopefully that helps us and gives us a little bit of an edge going forward. Because, but I don't know. We just have to wait and kind of see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, you're absolutely right in the sense that when you do all that hard work and you don't see us picking up any points at the end of it, it's sort of must deplete the squad. And I think those FA Cup results have obviously helped the mentality of the squad. Getting back into the winning ways and the like. But yeah, no, it's got to get to you. But I think full credit to Ralph today. He put together a different mix on the pitch and it's worked. And the Ralph of 18 months ago, it would be very, very different. I mean, I remember the first time I spoke to you, Matt, it was a case of we were looking at the Southampton squad and we literally had no idea who was going to be coming out on the pitch. Yeah. But now we've got a formula. Now we've got something that, okay, this player's out injured, and then you just mix it up a little. And like I said, if we didn't give away that penalty, then we win this game 1-0. It's the crazy thing of it, really. It's fantastic. Any final thoughts, Jack?
I'm just, as always, now just excited for Leeds. It gives me. It's nice to come out again with high hopes. Like, we've seemed to have worked out some kinks. Players are coming back. Ralph's had a good game today. Everyone's had a good game today. Let's roll on Tuesday. Let's
exactly.
Let's get 3 points.
Southampton are back. We're still losing points from winning positions, but we've got a point today. So we're almost there. Half is all good. That's it. And from you, Matt, any final thoughts on this game?
No, I think you guys summed it up well. Looking forward to the Leeds, and it kind of, now that Ralph has shown us something a little bit different, it's like, maybe it's a little bit. What do we expect to see on Tuesday? Now it's a little bit more exciting than, just dreading who is going to play it right back. And I think we have to create something going forward, and Jack Stevens doesn't really do that on the right side. The last time Kane Ramsey played, we know what the scoreline was. So you wonder, how you what is the answer there? And of course the transfer window kind of baffles us all a little bit because we're so thin at those positions, and yet we let people go. But no, I think now we just wait for Tuesday. As I said earlier, I'll be able to watch the match because it's we got a weird week of school, so I'll be there, and I'm looking forward to it.
Perfect stuff. No, fantastic. And thanks for joining us all the way through the watch along as well.
Yeah, I appreciate the invitation, guys. It's my pleasure. I'm not. You can see the background. I don't know what I'm doing here, so it's all right. So I enjoyed it. I didn't write down very many notes, but I will go back to something. Redemption greater than revenge. So thank you. It's going to be the new tattoo at some point. So
I'll figure out what that is in Latin, and we'll get it going. We'll put it on a crest.
It'll be the first.
If I can figure it out, I'll make it. The title of this week's episode was going to be Musa Djenepo wingback, but maybe we'll have to get the Latin version of this, and we'll just throw it up there. So there we go. But I just want to say thanks for having me on. Thanks for the invite, and I look forward to talking to you in a little bit for the podcast.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Look forward to it. But yeah, so there it is. We've ended the game. Southampton won, Chelsea won. We're back to picking up point ways. And yeah, looking forward to the next one. Thanks to everyone who joined us in the live watch alongs. Thanks to everyone who joined us in the post-match show here. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we will see you all in the next one. All right. Cheers, everyone. See ya.
Bye.